It is June the 4th, 2021. I'm Andy, and this is the Minorcan Mullet Report from the Golden Ray Rec Site in the St.simons Sound. And we got out today and didn't see any cutting going on. What we did see was the offshore chain hanging down to the VB from pretty high up. And the inshore, or the chain that's cutting on the hull, was down pretty close to the hull. So we've come up with like maybe three possibilities here. The first one is the chain is broken, which we don't think, because they've had really good luck with that R5 chain since switching to that chain during the cutting of the section 7, the second attempt that they did. The second thing that we think might be going on in here is they might be shortening the chain. And then the third thing we think they might be doing here is getting ready to rig up that wildcat block that we've seen before on the pulley system, which you'd have to reroute the chain a little bit back to the VB, so they may actually be lengthening the chain to make that happen. That wildcat block helps control the angle of the cut of the chain for the cut once they get to a certain point. And we could see the guys there on the VB, and they were working in that area with the chain. So that's what we think is going on here. And the biggest probability is that they're trying to get that wildcat block system up and ready for implementation to continue cutting section 3 here. It certainly doesn't look like they've got a whole lot more to go to get through the section. The chains are really pretty high up on the ship now, and that is a good sign. We probably, if the chains had been tight, probably would have been able to see them through the ship today, but of course they didn't have tension on them, they were down. So didn't see anything in there when we went by, but it was a little rough out on the work site. Had some pretty good rolls in there. Seeing some environmental boats out there along with those spots of sheening. We could still see sheening coming off the ship, and we'll have some more pictures of that coming up. But they had a number of environmental boats out on site working, and you can kind of tell by the conditions there. It wasn't the most pleasant place today. Wind was pretty stout out of the south. You know, when we look at this video, for some reason on the video really makes it look like it's pretty docile, but it was some pretty good rollers coming in there. Wind was again coming out of the south. There were storms in the area, and that kind of helped feed that wind. The outflow from those storms was pretty good, and they had some pretty good waves on top of the big swells today, so it was a little uncomfortable. We did see the environmental boats were certainly out there today, checking, looking, doing what those guys do in an effort to try to control some of those contaminants coming off the ship. You know, it's been a continuous thing now. We're seeing it where this sheening is coming out. It's out of the barrier, and it's been ongoing. So it's something we're just I guess now at this point just dealing with the anticipation of it stopping when the ship is out. Now we got a few more stills coming up here of the chain from. This is the view from the stern side of the ship, if you will, from the north looking back towards the south. You see that block was down pretty low, but then the chain, the cutting chain on the offshore side was hanging down right down to the VB where they're working on it. Again, we see some of that sheening, some of that product coming off the ship, and these streaks is visible again today out at the site. Well, hey, that's about all the time we've got for the report today. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll ask you, if you haven't done it yet, to click on that subscribe link. Send us some comments. And most of all, we want you guys to stay safe out there.